All right, we're back. Number 28 out of the 31 days of Halloween masks here on the channel. We're getting down to the wire, and I'm going to show you some more cool stuff today. I'm thinking we're going to start off with a slasher mask by a very well-known movie character that a lot of you may know and love by the name of Jason. And I've got one of my favorite Jason masks here that a good friend of mine made. It's a very well-known copy that a lot of collectors own. And hey, get out of there! God. So, the mask we're starting off today with is the Night Owl Vengeance by Night Owl Pro, aka Justin Mabry. Good friend of mine. It did not come with the hockey mask though, okay? Those of you that know your Friday the 13th films, this is the Part 7 Jason. Let me remove this carefully. Look at that. How cool is that? Justin made one of the best Jasons for parts. My buddy Justin has been making Night Owl masks for a long time. His Vengeance is one of the best. Superior detail, killer paint job, and a lot of guys use this for their Halloween costume when they're doing a nice Part 7 Jason. He actually sculpted gloves too that were really great, and I wore them on Halloween one year. I had the gloves. Should never have sold them. I begged him to make me another set, and then he did, and then I sold them one day, and now I really regret it because I wish I had them to display with this mask. So, take a good look at this here. I'm going to show you my costume I did on my Part 7. Oh, you're not recording me, are you?
Should I be?
No. I'll show you what I wore on Halloween one year. It was kind of a half-ass Part 7 Jason. Totally missing all of the exposed bones and rib cage and all that. I threw it together last minute, but man, it looked great and it scared the hell out of a lot of people. So I was wearing a whole different mask that day, but I was wearing Justin's gloves and they worked out great. So the hockey mask here, this was not part of the mask. This is made separately by Horror Effects Designs. There's a lot of great hockey masks out there for every single film. Those of you that don't know much about the whole mask hobby, you can totally get any Jason you love from all the movies and get the matching hockey mask. Highly detailed. Back in the day, these were never available. You had to kind of custom make your own hockey masks. But now you can get total movie quality versions that look perfect. Every little paint detail is done exactly like it was on film. So, totally one of the coolest Jasons I've ever had. I've had others in the past. And hanging out at my friend Kevin's house with all the pinball machines, he has all those cool Jasons lined up down there. He inspired me to go ahead and get some more Jasons back in my life. And I'm starting off with one of the best, the Night Owl Vengeance by my buddy Justin Mabry. So cool. Adam, I told you leave the mommy alone.
I'm sorry, man. I couldn't help it. When I see dangling things, I just gotta go for it.
Whoa! Dangling things. Anyway, it's my buddy Adam. We had a bonfire tonight. A bunch of people were here. And I got some stragglers helping out tonight with the video.
Yeah.
And let's talk about how you were following my channel for the longest time and had no idea I lived in Lowell. And especially no idea that we had really good mutual friends. Like, how long ago did you start following me?
I don't know the exact date on my calendar here, but it's been a long time. Definitely since high school, which was years back.
It was weeks ago.
Yeah, weeks ago. Right. No, years and years ago. When you're into such a niche hobby like collecting masks and just being a monster kid in general, it's really weird finding other people that are into that. So you really hold on to it.
Totally. And you were, I think you were talking to a friend of ours, and she saw masks at your house.
Yep.
And she goes, "Oh, my friend has a bunch of masks." And when she said the Crimson Ghost mask room, you're like, "What?"
Like, no way.
You're
no
like,
way.
"I follow him."
Yeah.
And she couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And here you are. So really cool. That blew my mind too. It's weird when I meet people that have followed me for a long time.
Such a small world. I know that when you did the one video with your buddy with the pinball machines and stuff,
Kevin,
and that's right down the street from my house too. It's like you never would guess that there's other people, other weirdos that are into the same stuff that you are.
That's the only good thing about social media.
Yeah.
It brings people like this together. It's the devil, but it's good for some stuff.
That's right.
Yeah. So tonight, I'm going to show you, you've been following every episode of this, and now you're on one. Yeah, usually your little brother's on this channel, popping up here and there and giving shout-outs to him. So this is your time, Adam. Sam, take a seat. Your big brother's up. Tonight, you've been watching all of these from the start, all 27. This is number 28. And remember the Topstone Witch? I pulled it out at the end of the video where it was gray with the crazy white hair, yellow highlights on it, and I said, I'm going to restore this mask. It's super rare. Well, wait until you see what I got. It's in the box. Let me go grab it. This thing showed up today. I could not believe it surfaced. Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
An absolute pristine copy of that rare Topstone Witch. I was talking to a guy one night in some group somewhere. I don't know where it was, but it was on Etsy. An old-time special effects guy I know by the name of Arnold was on Etsy, and he was telling me, like, you love the videos and whatnot. We started talking about Topstone masks, and he had a pristine copy of that really rare gray witch.
Yeah, that's a gem, man.
This is so cool. I never thought I would find a mint copy like this. So, I'm going to have her foam filled by a friend of mine, put her on a little pedestal like all the other Topstones, and then I'm going to try to get her hair looking a little better, but it's all there. Like, usually these things are tattered and the hair's all ripped out. That thing is insane. So, what a killer score. I hope my buddy Ray's watching this. He's going to be happy for me, because he's got the only nice one I've ever seen. I still will try to do something with the one I've got, but this is the one that's getting foam filled and pretty awesome. What should we talk about tonight? What should I feature besides this slasher mask here? You want me to talk about a couple of cool old Don Post masks?
We could do Don Post, or how about some, do you got any more 80s slashers types?
I don't like Don Post masks.
No. Yeah.
The funny thing is, I don't have any more slasher masks. I used to have a great Michael Myers mask, and I sold it. Made by my buddy Justin Mabry. I had his creep, and I should never have sold that either. So, hoping to get one back soon. So, we're going to be forced to talk about more Don Post masks. I'm sorry.
Damn, dude.
So sorry.
God, right.
So, let me, I guess.
Do Freddy Krueger.
Freddy Krueger. That's a Freddy Krueger.
Hold on, wait. Let me show everybody Freddy Krueger. So, you don't know. Nico doesn't know. Welcome to prime time, bitch. That's Vincent Price.
No, looks just like Robert
Vincent Price. That's awesome, though. You're not the only person that say, "Is that Freddy Krueger?" That's pretty funny.
We are live on CNBC
On the Crimson Ghost Network. Adam, you can come back here. I'm gonna talk about these beauties. So around 1978 or 79, these two masks were produced by Don Post Studios. And these are amazing, pristine copies. Imagine that. In the Crimson Ghost collection. So this is Gillis, a weird aquatic type creature that kind of has little ears that are fish-like. If fish had ears, they would look like that. You know, how do fish hear? They don't, do they? They deal with sonic waves and whatnot. So anyway, this is Gillis, and I'm going to show you a 1980 Starlog mask ad. A really cool one I remember as a kid that Gillis was for sale in. But I don't think he was in like the 79 catalog from what I remember. However, the glow version was, and they named it a pretty funny name because it kind of resembles a rock star out there by the name of Elton John. They called this one the Elton Alien. So the Elton Alien came out in 1979 as part of the 850 line. I've showed some other great 850 line masks, glow masks. 850s were all the glow masks. Remember this dude? So that Elton Alien, the cat's inside the podium. These are beautiful, beautiful copies. Kind of rare. You know, there are copies out there of these, but these are really, really super nice examples that popped up over the years. This one's still tagged, never worn, popped up in an auction, and you just never see these too often. Usually this one can be a little bluer in color. There's bluer looking versions, but this is a nice green one. And just two kind of off-the-wall Don Post pieces that they're kind of weird. Not a lot of people like them, but I think they're really cool. I especially like the Elton John connection there because it does resemble his crazy sunglasses he would wear. You know, do you know who Elton John is?
No, I never heard of him.
How old are you? Crocodile Rock?
Yeah, yeah. Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Piano Man?
Yeah, Piano Man, right? We didn't start the fire.
That's my favorite. All right, let's move on. We didn't start the fire. We didn't start the fire. This is going to be another pick by Adam. You know, you picked the last two, kind of. This is no doubt a crazy mask. You were asking about this earlier tonight, and this happens to be one of my favorite masks of all time. This is the Be Something Studio Gargoyle from like 1975 or 1976. It's a real early Be Something mask that is just crazy. And a guy, I think it was a police officer that did one sculpt for Be Something in the 70s. They knew some police officer that wanted to sculpt a mask for them. Bill Weistrom told me the whole story on it, and I just can't remember right now. But he sculpted this mask. It was the only one he did, I think. And number one, I loved it because it's just a insane looking character. Number two, it's got a texture like no other Be Something mask has. See all those little, you know, the texture the guy put in the sculpt is just killer. And it's got this crazy colored hair. It's just, this is probably the third copy I've had of this. Definitely a rare mask though. And kind of a favorite amongst Be Something Studio collectors, but just a wicked looking, crazy.
It's bizarre. It looks like a cross between like a chicken and a demon or something.
Like a griffin, you know what a griffin is?
Yeah.
Something like that, but they called it Gargoyle. Probably because griffin masks wouldn't sell too much. Right. I don't know. I think a griffin looked like that. I don't know my mythological creatures too much at the moment. We had a crazy bonfire. But this, hands down, is one of the coolest Be Something Studio masks of all time. So, really rare. You'll probably hardly ever see them pop up for sale. And if you do, you should grab it right away. So, awesome piece. Now you know.
That's all I need to know.
And knowing's half the battle.
That's what I've been told.
Okay, Adam. Here's a quiz. What movie are these from?
Oh, man. Let me take a good look at them again. It's not The Wizard of Oz, is it?
No. Top Gun.
Oh, Top Gun, no. American Werewolf in London.
Exactly. American Werewolf in London. That famous, crazy scene when those Nazi demons come in. Can I say that on this channel?
Yeah, right.
So,
those bad guys.
When those bad guys come in with the Uzis and just in David's dream sequence, one of the craziest scenes of all time in any horror flick is David's dream sequence when these three dudes come into the room and just annihilate his family. I think it's a
massacre.
Yeah, during the holidays. And these are titled, this is Banshee, Nightmare, and Warmonger. And I don't know about you, but American Werewolf in London is one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
Oh, hands down.
It's for a ton of reasons. One being the nurse in the movie. So, These were produced by Don Post Studios around 82, 83. These are all beautiful, unworn, tagged versions. Some of them would have unique American Werewolf in London tags that actually, you know, a care tag that actually stated the movie's name on it, which is pretty rare. You didn't see that a lot with Don Post Studios. And it's got the regular 83 care tag on it too, but pretty cool that it has that tag on there. This one does as well, I believe. Yep. So, not like super rare, but it is kind of hard to find them in this condition, being unworn and beautiful like this. In later years, there's guys out there like Mikey Rotella that sculpted an insane version of some of these guys, mainly the Warmonger. One of the super highly detailed pieces I've ever seen, and I'm dying to get one from him. He's actually going to redo the sculpt at some point and get me a copy, and I'll have it professionally painted.
Now, Trick or Treat Studios, they have their own reissues of these as well, right?
I think they did.
And then it's his buddy Jack too that they have.
Oh yeah, when he's the zombie,
Jack.
When he's falling to pieces and giving David advice like, you need to take care of yourself. You know, you're out there turning into a werewolf and killing everybody.
Right.
David, yeah. So, just one of the great. If you've never seen American Werewolf in London, go watch it right now. Turn this silly thing off and go watch that movie.
Absolute classic.
One of the best ever, and it's kind of a comedy at the same time. Funny movie, lots of gore, lots of blood, and one of the best werewolf movies of all time.
And ghost story too. Just ghost in it, right?
3 great masks. Very famous Don Post masks with a lot of collectors out there because the movie is so loved by tons of horror fans, especially this crazy scene. So, all right, we're going to look at one more thing that will close out this video for tonight, and let's take a look around and find what it's going to be, because I have no idea yet. Perfect.
You were mentioning some of the first things that people talk about with your mask, which, you know, some of them are the Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Others are like the big statues and stuff you have. This one always stood out to me. And I think it's just those saucer eyes, man. They're just so amazingly detailed.
This is incredible. So this isn't necessarily a vintage Halloween mask, but it is one made by a friend of mine up in Canada, Kyle Glencross, he's an amazing mask maker and kind of he's a special effects dude. He made the masks for a very famous show called The Umbrella Academy that a lot of you, I'm sure, will know. Kyle made the masks for that. He's done so much cool stuff for that show and other stuff, and his masks are amazing. I saw this on his table at Mask Fest, and I'm like, whoa, like I freaked out when I saw it. This is from a very old horror film from 1943 titled I Walk with a Zombie. That film was a black and white film, and the actor by the name of Darby Jones plays the zombie character, and he's got those piercing eyeballs like when he's standing there. I'm going to show pictures of him as the zombie, and Kyle's sculpt here is just amazing. Not to mention his paint and his hair work, but the attention to detail on the eyeballs is so cool. He makes he made this version, which is like a full color version. He also made a silver screen version that looks like a black and white version of this. So if you're watching the old black and white movie, there's guys that make silver screen version masks. So if you had a werewolf, he'd have gray hair, gray skin. So it looks like a black and white movie mask. Sure. So he made a silver screen version of this guy too, which I would love to get. But I saw this and I'm like, I need to buy that right now. So Kyle, look up Kyle on Instagram. I'm going to put his information down below, and you got to follow him. He's one of the most talented guys I know, and one of the nicest guys I know. Not like you, Adam. I thought this would be a great one to close out with. You pointed at it several times when you're here visiting, and check out the movie too. He is so creepy in it. Just a cool old 1940s flick. And he's nice and tall in that movie, and just, it's so creepy the way he stands there with those eyes,
right.
those crazy eyes. So I Walk with a Zombie, 1943. Kyle, you did some killer work here, man. I can't wait to see what else you got in store for us. So, we did it.
Yeah.
Episode 28. And Nico is here, the cameraman. Can't see him, but he's also a dedicated fan of the channel. And he never watches anything. So he's still he'll go, what mask is that? I go, apparently you didn't watch the video 2 nights ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard him murmur some things about you too once or twice. Yeah.
Dino. All right, guys. Well, thanks. Thank you guys for coming along tonight. We had a killer party out there tonight, and it was close to midnight, and I go, I'm having so much fun. And I go, holy shit, I got to film a mask video. So we did it. Thank God it's not too late, and time to go edit this and get it on YouTube.
Yeah, thanks for having me stand in. It was awesome.
Yeah, man.
Seeing you do what you do. So.
And I'll see you on Halloween night.
Hey, that's right.
So we'll see you tomorrow for number 29. Well, the next morning. So, all right. Bye, guys.